Um, how many of you are think digital devices are good in your life? Couple, yeah, many of you. Maybe smartphone, iPad, and computer. I agree with that. Those devices are make us is really useful and it's really comfortable and makes our life easier. But I want to talk about today. I want to talk about the dark side of the using digital devices. So I want to warn you, and I want you to guys know that the both side of using digital devices and consider of using it, because digital devices affect our daily life exhaust. Digital device decreases our brain functions, such as lack of concentration and digital dementia. When we use the digital devices, we always use it more than one medium. For example, let's say you are writing an essay. What do you do first? Maybe you're gonna turn on some music in your ear, like iPad, iPod, and you are going to put your smartphone on your desk while you are going to keep texting with your friends while you writing essay. And you're gonna turn on the computer and you're gonna research the information through the internet. But while you do the internet, you're going to web surfing, and also you are going to the Facebook, and just so go back to writing, Facebook, writing, Facebook, and it keeps going on. So, 5 jobs are going on while you are writing an essay, so you cannot concentrate. According to Dr. Manfred's speech on his book, Digital Demands, multitasking like this comes at the cost of concentration, because everything a person does leaves traces in the brain. When development is optimum, memory links are formed and built, and the structure adds up to a kind of basic foundation for everything else we learn. I mentioned about digital dementia previously. How many of you the word of digital dementia? Nobody, right? Yeah, it's this phenomenon were the first to describe in 2004 by South Korean Doctors Association. Means a side effect of abundant use of digital devices. As people are more dependent on digital devices for searching information than memorizing, the brain functions for searching improve, whereas an ability to remember decreases. I want to do a simple survey here. It's like kind of on self-measuring that you're digital dementia or not. So for privacy, you don't have to raise your hand, you just raise your hand in your mind, okay? So the first question is, I cannot remember more than 10 phone numbers. Oh, you don't have to raise your hand. Okay, second, about 80% of my conversation is through messengers or Facebook or smartphone, like texting. The second one. And third one, typing is more convenient than handwriting. Oh. Lastly, I can't remember the dinner of last night. Yeah, if you raise your hand more than 3 times, you may consider yourself digital dementia. But don't scare. I'm not here to freak you out. Just let you know, like, yeah. So it's really common on our generation who use a lot of digital devices. Also, in 2011, study by researchers at Columbia University, University of Wisconsin, and Harvard University published it in the Journal of Science, Google Effects on Memory. Uses 4 separate experiments in order to the researchers conclude we are becoming symbiotic with our computer tools, growing into interconnected system that remember less by knowing information than by knowing where the information can be found. So the experiment was they gathered the students and put into two groups, and they gave computer using the computer remember 20 sentences each. And for group A, the researchers said, we are going to save the data, the sentences for you. And to group B, researchers said they are going to delete the sentences after they done. So the result was group A, who heard that they're going to save the data, were slightly less to remember the information. Both students from Harvard, so maybe they're really genius kids. So, but just simple experiment showed us that there is some slightly difference. But if we use like 1 year, like years as time goes on, the difference will occur big. So this test shows that the motivation of memorizing are lacking because we know where the information is, and as it happens like cycles, the ability of remember decreases. Mel Fletcher, a social communicator and social futurist, said the growing reliance on digital gadgets could lead to digital dementia, resulting in a growing inability to concentrate, read other people's body language, and even manage our finances. Digital devices are not only interrupting our brain, but physically. In New York, pedestrian yapping on her smartphone fell straight down an open manhole. And, and she broke an ankle. And according to the Edgar Sinder law firm, about 6,000 deaths and 500,000 injuries are caused by distracted drivers every year. And most of them are like using cell phones related. Today I talked about how digital devices are affecting us in a negative way. So let's decrease our use of digital devices in our daily life and have voice conversation and handwriting as well. Will prevent these disasters. Thank you.
So Tony, tell us your thoughts.
I thought your topic went well. Relating to the audience, you had a good outline of what your speech was going to be about. Your audience survey, I thought it was good, keeping the audience interactive with your speech, and you had good eye contact and hand gestures. And overall, I thought you had a good speech.
All right. I thought that the first survey was a little bit awkward, and the second one seemed really unnecessary. The third one, where you're asking people to do it just internally, that one actually works pretty well, and if that was the only one that you were doing in the speech, I think it would work out a lot better for you. I like the introduction of the term digital dementia early on in the process. You kind of leave it undefined until later on in the speech, and then it comes up and you give us a nice clear definition and then some illustrations to show those potential problems. At the end of the speech, you're talking about some of the difficulties of multitasking that don't have to do with concentration or learning, but have to do with actual operating in the world. The woman falling down the manhole, people using their cell phones while they're driving and having accidents. I think that's all problematic. The bigger issue, of course, is people's ability to concentrate on ideas. They, for example, in class, you get people who are so hooked up into their digital devices that they can't pay attention to the person right in front of them while that person's giving a speech. They got to be texting or reading online and those kinds of things, and that's a good example of digital dementia. That would fall into, I think, one of your categories there. I thought you did a very nice job delivering the speech to us. I thought there was good vocal variety and enthusiasm. I do think that you've got that big page in front of your face pretty regularly, and if you could just, if you use the cards, it would be a little bit less noticeable. I know you need to go to the information for some of your quotes and some of your statistics, but if you could do it in a little bit more discreet way, I think that would give a better impression to the audience. And I think you're capable of doing that. I did think that the weakness in the argument was that it didn't really sound like there was a strong organizational structure, that there's not a pattern that we can follow. It's just kind of a streamline of information. It's pretty good information that you're sharing with us, but it does seem sometimes like we start off in one place and then more information, then we're going back to that first place again. So I think there needs to be a clearer pattern. All right, thank you.